Judge. It's number 42.
All right, we're now live on YouTube. Let's go ahead and see. All right, good morning. If everybody could please remain on mute until such time as your case is called. Once your case is called, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Ms. Martinez, you're on mute. What case do you have? What number on the docket?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 43 on the docket, Jose Rosbel Martinez, Sierra 21-10901H.
All right, that's State of Texas versus Rosbel Martinez Jr. I have two drug patches, both of them collected. One in November 24th was positive for THC. Second drug patch collected on January the 20th, positive for THC and cocaine. Were you aware of that?
No, Your Honor, I wasn't aware of this. I was aware of the first positive, but not the second positive for the second drug patch.
Right, the second one, obviously cocaine doesn't stay in your system for very long. So after having a positive THC, he was still testing positive for cocaine. Is Jose Rosbel Martinez present?
It did seem present on the screen, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What says the state?
Your Honor, state going to request that the bond be revoked at this time. He can't stay clean.
Your Honor, I would be requesting one more drug patch just to see if he can
Victoria,
remain to the third.
Victoria, I'm assuming he has a drug patch on right now, correct?
He should, Judge. He did call me last week and he informed me that he was going to get paid, I believe, on Friday or Saturday, and he was going to go on Monday to get the patch again.
All right. Mr. Martinez, if I were to drug test you today, would you come out dirty or clean?
Clean, sir, Your Honor.
All right.
My drug patches came out dirty?
Yes, both of them. I'm going to order that you go to the probation department right now. You're going to be drug tested in Stanter. You understand that?
Yes, yes. I just have to ask for permission for work to leave because I am at work right now.
All right. Now, Mr. Rosbel, Jose Martinez, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to give you one more opportunity. I do this when you all are in person. Okay. I can handle the fact that you tell me you're dirty. What I can't handle is people lying to me. So if you tell me that you're clean and you come out to be dirty, sir, I'm going to immediately revoke your bond and you're going to sit in the county jail until I bring you back in because you lied to me. Now, if you tell me that you're dirty and you're honest with me, then I'm going to have a little bit more compassion. But this idea of you lying to me is the problem that I'm going to have. Okay, so I'm going to give you one more opportunity. Now, if you tell me you're clean and you turn out to be clean, then we're on the right track and probably no sanctions, nothing is going to happen here today. But if you lie to me, then your whole world is going to turn upside down. So the question is, I'm going to ask you one more time, right? I'm going to drug test you today. Are you going to come out dirty or clean?
Your Honor, I think my patches were supposed to come out clean. I haven't done anything for a month.
Okay.
So I don't understand.
But my question is very specific. I'm going to have you go in to be drug tested today. Is it going to be dirty or clean?
I'm going to go with dirty because I don't.
Okay, that's it. I just need to know that you're dirty. Then we have to address that issue. So Ms. Martinez, he's going to be dirty. So the question is, how do we address that? And I appreciate your honesty because if you would have lied to me, it would have been 10 times worse. So now we have to address the issue and we have to go forward. We have to move forward from this. So Ms. Martinez, any suggestions, any ideas?
Your Honor, I would just ask that he be allowed a little more time to get clean and then put it on so we can, a new drug patch on so we can monitor him.
Victoria, any suggestions?
Judge, at this time, I would recommend placing him on AIP.
State agrees, Judge.
The defendant will be on AIP. And
What's an IP?
AIP is the Alternative to Incarceration Program. That means you're going to be under house arrest until you can show me that you're clean, sir. Otherwise, the alternative is to revoke your bond and place you in custody for the safety and the protection of yourself and those around you, meaning all people that drive, operate motor vehicles. The last thing I want is for the community to be driving a motor vehicle with somebody who's impaired out there, and clearly you have no control over yourself. So until you show me that you can control your behavior, you're going to be under house arrest, sir. You understand that?
Yes, that means I can't come to work either.
That means you can go to work, but you can't be out gallivanting after hours. You have to go straight back home. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to give you a quick reset. The quick reset that I'm going to give you is going to be 2 weeks down the road, just to make sure that everything's being taken care of. I'm going to be setting these every 2 weeks until we can get him back straight. The 29th. March the 29th at 9:30 in the morning.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. May we be excused?
Yes, Victoria, how do we get him on AIP, and what information does he need?
I have his contact number, Judge, so I'll be calling him after docket and we'll be submitting the orders as well.
Okay, perfect. All right. I believe I have Mr. Palacios back there.
Judge,
All right, good morning.
I have number 42 in your docket.
CR 19-02-965H, Jose Angel Martinez Jr. Defense, this is a motion to suppress. Defense third motion for continuance was granted on February the 9th. State was not opposed. And we still have not received any confirmation that your client has installed the mobile device, Mr. Palacios.
That's correct, Judge. We filed for motion to suppress on February of 2020. We were expected to have a suppression shortly in March, April, in 2020. However, COVID delayed that. My continuances since then have been for federal court hearings. Our last hearing that we did have, Judge, we notified the court that he was not able to have the device in his car or the device back on his body due to work. So we asked the court to set up the suppression hearing. So
Right.
we're ready for the suppression hearing.
Okay, so you're present and ready.
Yes, Judge.
All right, what says the state?
Judge, state is not ready. 2 officers have not checked in. So at this time, we'll be requesting a second continuance, given that they've had 3.
Okay, well, that's not the way that's not the way this works, Mr. Heller. We're not ticky, like you get 2, I get 2, you get 3, I get 2. I need to know whether or not these officers were contacted, whether they were subpoenaed. We have 3 fine officers here already. They may be them. I'm not sure. You guys are virtual. What are their names? And I can identify whether they're here or not.
Give me 1 moment, Judge.
Yeah, we do have 2 of them here so far, Judge, on this case.
On this case.
Yes, Perez and Reyes.
Okay, perfect. So then the state's ready then.
Yes.
I
And
believe so,
Judge,
Judge.
it's Officer Robert Bettis and Officer Jocelyn Reyes.
Robert Pettis, Jocelyn Reyes, both present.
Yes, Judge. Then state's announcing ready.
State's announcing ready. Perfect.
They had not checked in with us, and that's why we were requesting the continuance.
Okay, no, they're here. Hang tight. We'll be right with you, okay? They're
Thank
here, Yuri.
I'll
Thank
be
you.
on standby, Judge.
Okay, hang tight, Mr. Palacios.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, let's go to Mr. Canche. Mr. Canche, number on the docket. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Evans. Miss Evans, give me 1 second. Mr. Canche, let me get Miss Evans so that we can take care of everybody that's here.
Yes, Judge, I'm not sure. I'm sitting in for Sergio Sanchez on Ricardo Signs.
49?
Ricardo Signs, I don't know the number, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry.
67, Judge.
All right, 67, CR 21-007058, Ricardo Guadalupe Signs. Defendant's second motion for continuance was granted on 12/9. State's first motion for continuance was granted on 2/16. Bond was modified. There are no violations for Mr. Signs. Your announcement, Ms. Evans.
Judge, Mr. Sanchez had to go out of town last minute, I believe, to go see his son who is in California, Judge. So we would be asking for continuance.
Does the state have any opposition or any objection?
State is opposed, Judge, because state is ready.
All right, officers are present. Who is your officer?
On that one, Judge, it is Trooper Rolando Bustamante.
Rolando Bustamante? All right, Trooper Rolando Bustamante is not present. State is announcing ready. We'll
He was here
wait.
yesterday to review the video. He'll be there around 10:15.
Okay. Then get ready, Tracy, because if the officer shows up, then state's defense motion for continuance is going to be denied. If the officer doesn't show up, then I'm going to force the state to put on evidence, and whatever evidence they have, witness or no witness, it may turn out to be I have no witnesses, and the motion to suppress will be granted. So they've announced ready. I'm gonna hold them to the feet to that fire.
Yes,
So
Judge.
hang tight.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Canche.
Yes, Your Honor, number 59 on the court's docket.
All right, 59. CR 2107-650H, Gloria Rincon Iglesias.
Yes, Your Honor. We were supposed to have turned in the PTD. I have not received it yet from my client. So, I mean, that's my announcement for today is we still have not submitted the PTD because I haven't received it back yet from my client. the
Is
paperwork.
Gloria Rincon Iglesias present?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Iglesias, is there a reason why you haven't submitted that necessary paperwork back to your attorney?
Yes, the thing is that I have moved out of state due to custody a matter. So I don't know how to go from there.
Okay, you moved out of the state. Is this something that you're still going to be, Mr. Canche, if she's moved out of the state, still looking at PTD, or we're going to look at other opportunities, options?
I mean, I would leave it up to the state to see whether or not they could accept somebody who's out of state on the PTD program. If not, then I can maybe hopefully work out a plea agreement with them. But obviously, it won't be as good as a PTD.
Right. All right, Ms. Iglesias, you need to decide whether or not you're going to be submitting that paperwork or not, and stay in contact with Mr. Canche. I'm going to give you one more continuance to April the 12th at 9:30. A decision needs to be made between now and then. That gives you over a month.
Well, Your Honor, will
Yes,
the
sir.
state accept a PTD person out of state?
Mr. Heller?
Yeah, Judge, yes, we will. As long as we get some proof that she is actually out of state.
Okay. We'll see you on April 12th at 9:30.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. That's all I have. Maybe excused.
You're excused. Mr. Manji, what do you have?
Judge, I've got number 30 on the docket, Jose Aaron Jimenez Lopez. It's a restitution hearing.
All right, that's CR 21-11-188H, Jose Aaron Jimenez Lopez. Who is the witnesses for this restitution?
What number was that, Judge?
Number 30.
I cannot make out Vito's handwriting. 1 second, Judge. Judge, the victim in this case is Jorge Alberto Cruz and Jose Armando Ramirez.
All right. Are any of those two individuals logged on at this time? Jorge Alberto Cruz, and who was the other one?
Jose Armando Ramirez.
Jose Armando Ramirez. All right, Jorge Alberto Cruz or Jose Armando Ramirez. If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Jose Armando Ramirez or Jorge Alberto Cruz.
Good morning, Judge. I did contact Mr. Sanchez this morning. I'm Jorge's wife. I'll be filling in for him today.
I'm sorry, Jorge's Cruz's wife?
Yes. I'm Erica Montes Cruz filling in for Jorge. He had to be at work. So
Mr. Heller, have you had an opportunity to visit with her?
I have not, Judge, but I am familiar with the case.
All right, you may proceed then.
Ma'am, please state your full name for the record.
Hold on, before you do that, let me have you raise your right hand, ma'am.
oh, yes.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Ma'am, please state your
Sorry.
full name for the record.
Erica Montes.
And was your husband a victim of an offense that occurred on 7/18/2021?
Yes, we were at the residence when our mailbox was knocked down.
And did you submit receipts to the DA's office regarding how much it cost to replace that mailbox?
We did replace it and we provided the one that we replaced to Mr. Sanchez, I believed. We don't have an original receipt because the cost of the mailbox, it was with the house when we built it in 2019.
Okay, and how much did you spend to replace the mailbox?
The receipt was for 147. We just put up a regular, mailbox that is from the Home Depot, I believe. And I did get an estimate from the builder of our home, who originally built the mailbox, and he did give me a recent quote. I don't know if you need that.
No, we just need how much you expended, and that amount was once again how much?
We paid 147 to replace the mailbox currently.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, we're asking the restitution be set at $147.
Mr. Manji, do you have any questions?
No, Judge, we're fine with that.
Court was going to go ahead and set restitution in this case at $147. All right, restitution will be set at 147. Thank you, Ms. Montes.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have any other witnesses? Any representative, or is Jose Armando Ramirez present? That's a totality, or were there two victims in this case, Mr. Held?
That's it, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Manji, anything else?
No, that'll do it. Thank you, Judge. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Mr. Garcia, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is number 41 on the docket.
All right, number 41, CR 21092028, Itzel Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor, she is present.
All right, is Itzel Martinez present? I do see her there. Okay, Mr. Garcia, your announcement?
Your Honor, we're negotiating with the state, Mr. Daniel Gonzalez, regarding the PTD application that we filed with the state. And we need a little more time to iron out the details.
Let me go ahead and give you May 17th at 9:30 in the morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything else, Mr. Garcia?
I was supposed to get the report for the monitor.
All right, the report, any violations, Victoria?
No violations, Judge.
No violations. This is the case where we were going to consider removing the device if there was no violations, correct?
Correct.
All right. No violations. The court will go ahead and issue an order removing the device.
How does that work? Do I put in paperwork with the company or?
Yes, ma'am. So we'll work on an order. We'll send it to your attorney, stay in contact with Mr. Garcia, and then he can give it to you so you can take it to the company and have that device removed.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Next reset is May 17th at 9:30. Okay, we'll work on that order. We'll send it over to you, Mr. Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll be awaiting it.
Perfect. We'll send it over shortly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I also had number 38, 39, and 40.
All right, that's Elijah Jacob Martinez.
May Ms. Martinez be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, she's excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Elijah Jacob Martinez, is he present?
No, Your Honor, he's at the SATF on.
Here, sir.
Yeah, he's present from SATF. Elijah. Defendant is in SATF, scheduled to complete his term about 2 weeks.
Yes, Your Honor. Apparently, March 26, I believe, is
28th, sir.
28th.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to see what happens with the 370th case, Your Honor. So maybe we could have something after the 28th.
All right, how about I give you April 14th? Does that day work?
April 14th sounds good, Your Honor.
All right, April 14th, 2022 at 9:30, Mr. Martinez. That is an important date for you to remember. April 14th, one day before tax day, okay?
And I'll stay in contact with my lawyers. That way he can give me all the information. That
Yes,
way-
sir. Yes, sir. You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day.
That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Next lawyer with his camera on is Mr. Lauro Trejo. Mr. Trejo,
Morning, Judge. I have two cases this morning.
go ahead.
The first case is number 8 and 9 on your docket, State of Texas versus Brandon de la Cruz. He should be signed on.
Right. Is Mr. De La Cruz present? Brandon Lee De La Cruz, CR 2009.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. 040H and CR 21-12-486H. Brandon Lee De La Cruz. We have no bond modifications. Your announcement, Mr. Trejo.
Judge, on the DWI case, we have submitted a waiver agreement yesterday, and we're asking for reset on both cases so we can look at these together.
All right. Let me go ahead and give you a date for May 17th at 9:30. Mr. De La Cruz, stay in contact with Mr. Trejo. Reset date is May 17th, 2022 at 9:30, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, next case, Mr. Trejo.
Judge, I have number 49, 50, and 51, State of Texas versus Abram Moran.
CR 2103-217H, CR 2103-215H, CR 2103-216H, State of Texas versus Abram Jeremiah Moran. Is Mr. Moran present?
He's in my office.
Okay, perfect. Okay, your announcement?
Judge, in this case, we've been offered an ADR. My client's completed all the requirements, and I've submitted that to Mr. Vito this morning.
Let me go ahead and give you the same day, May 17th at 9:30, May 17th.
And that's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you. Have a good day. All right, Mr. Reyes, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 1 and 2.
CR 2108-412H, CR 2108-413H, Selena Marie Adame.
Judge,
Selena Marie Adame present?
Yes.
Okay, I do see you there, ma'am. Thank you. Mr. Reyes, your announcement.
Your Honor, she does have a felony pending in intake. I would just request more time, Your Honor, so we can wait for that one.
All right, let me go ahead and give you May 17th, Ms. Adame. May 17th, stay in contact with Mr. Reyes. That's the latest date I'm giving at this time. So May 17th, 9:30, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, I also have number 58. It's Ramiro Ramon Reyes.
Number 58 is CR 2106-812H, Ramiro Ramon Reyes. Is Ramiro Ramon Reyes present? Ramiro Ramon Reyes, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Ramiro Ramon Reyes.
Judge, I can reach out to him, Your Honor. He did retain me. We did try to give him a heads up, Your Honor, but I can try to get him on if the court would recall that one, Judge. In the meantime, I have an announcement on number 71.
For this one, Mr. Reyes, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and grant you a motion for continuance. That way, you can have some time to reach out to him. The date I'm going to give you is April 12th. That's 30 days down the road, April 12th for Mr. Ramiro Ramon Reyes. I am going to grant you a motion for continuance, so he will need to be present on that day or a warrant will be issued at that time, okay?
Appreciate that. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, your next case?
It's number 71, Your Honor, Adan Torres.
All right, that's CR 2108-357H, State of Texas versus Adan Torres. Is Mr. Adan Torres present?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. He's under iPhone. Adan Torres, no violations. Your announcement, Mr. Reyes?
Your Honor, this is a PTD status. We are, but I think he may have been denied, and if that's the case, Judge, then we'll need to, I'll need a little more time to work out a plea bargain for him.
All right, can I give you the April 12th date and I'll set it up in the morning. If for whatever reason you need to change that to an afternoon because it does turn into a plea, just let our office know, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you, Judge. That concludes my business this morning, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, Mr. Torres, stay in contact with Mr. Reyes. The reset date is April 12th, 2022 at 9:30 in the morning. April 12th, okay?
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Richard Gonzalez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What do you have?
Judge, I have number 70 on the docket.
All right, 70 is CR 2104-878H, Ramon Guillermo Toledano. Is Ramon Guillermo Toledano present? If you're on
He's
mute.
a Spanish speaker, Your Honor.
I do see him there. He is on mute, Mr. Gonzalez, your announcement.
Judge, I just need to get a recommendation from the state, and hopefully I can get this case worked out in the very near future.
All right. Is this a case that you would prefer for me to set up in the afternoon in anticipation of something getting worked out, or in the morning?
I would say in afternoon, Judge. I'm pretty confident we can get this taken care of.
All right. Let me set you out for about 30 days in the afternoon. So April the 7th, if that's okay.
That's fine.
April 7th, 2022 at 2 o'clock. Carlos, will you let him know? He is a Spanish speaker. Will you let him know that the reset date is April 7th, but note the 2 o'clock time?
Señora Toledano, se la va a cambiar la audiencia para el 7 de abril a las 2 de la tarde, que es en comunicación con su abogado.
All right. It seems like he understood, although he's still on mute. Mr. Gonzalez, do you have anything else?
That's it, Judge. May I be excused?
You're excused. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
Ya se puede retirar, señor Toledano.
Mr. Quintana, I see you there logged on. Are you ready to make an announcement? Carlos Quintana?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Go ahead. What number?
Your Honor, this is number 24, Barclay Lemore.
All right, CR 2103-696H, Barclay Lemore.
Yeah, Your Honor, we did receive a recommendation on this case. I spoke to my client yesterday. At the present time, he is residing in Boston, Massachusetts, and I needed to convey in more detail the recommendation and how we can manage that, given the fact that he lives in a different state. So I am asking for a little bit more time, Your Honor, if you will, please.
All right. Is Barclay Lemore present?
Yes.
Mr. Lemore, I'm going to go ahead and give your attorney some additional time. I am going to ask that you please stay in contact with him.
Okay.
The reset date that I'm going to give him is May the 3rd. That puts us about 2 months down the road, okay? It gives him some time to work. May the 3rd, 2022 at 9:30 in the morning. Stay in contact with Mr. Quintana, okay?
Your Honor, Your Honor, to the extent that there may be a nice eye, I ask that the court recall that.
There is a nice side. The court will recall it at the state's expense. Mr. Lemore, the court will always recall one time a nice side for your failure to appear at the state's expense, but I only do that one time. So please make sure that you're here for all future court dates, or any recall of a nice side will be at your expense, and that's about $350, okay?
I have to be in Texas or I have to be on the.
For now, we're still doing Zoom, so Zoom is okay, but in the near future, if this case isn't resolved, then your appearance will be mandatory in person. We'll probably start doing that once we move into the new courthouse, and that should probably happen here in the next couple months. But for now, May 3rd is still going to be on Zoom because I'm giving notice on Zoom. So even if we're in the new courthouse, the Zoom will be, we'll have modifications for Zoom at that time.
All right.
Mr. Quintana,
Thank you.
anything else?
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Alex, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Judge, I have number 76, Judge.
76. CR 2102-616H, Jesus Carlos Villarreal Jr.
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning. Your announcement, Alex.
Judge, we're just asking for some more time. I recently got appointed last month. We're going to see if we can work this case out with the state judge.
All right. Is this a date, just a case that you'd prefer for me to give it an afternoon setting or a morning setting?
Morning setting, Judge.
All right, let me go ahead and give you April the 14th April 14th, so that's about a month out. April 14th, 2022, at 9:30.
Okay, thank you, Judge. That's all I have this morning. May I be excused?
Yes, Mr. Villarreal, stay in contact with Mr. Munoz. We'll see you on April 14th at 9:30.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Mr. J.R. Ramirez.
Morning, Judge. I have a plea, number 27, Marissa Lomas.
All right, pleas are taken up. If you want to plea on a day in the morning, I take them up at the very end of docket, or I can reset you for this afternoon, whatever you prefer, if you got somewhere else to be, Mr. Ramirez.
I'll wait.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Did you submit paperwork, Mr. Ramirez? I'm being asked by my staff.
Yes.
We got it? Okay, perfect. Hang tight. We'll be right with you. Ms. Youngs, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm number 53 on the docket. This is Angel Francisco Lopez. He is present on Zoom as well, Judge.
All right, Angel Francisco Ortiz, CR 2004 691H. Angel Francisco Ortiz. I have a note here, was PTD approved? Do we have any information on that?
Yes, Your Honor. So I did speak with, I emailed with Ms. Banda this morning. We were pending verification on the drug test. My client did submit to that drug test on February 1st, Judge. And unfortunately, there was an oversight with one of the waivers. We have resubmitted that to her. So we are just pending that, Judge. We anticipate getting this approved, quite shortly. So a brief reset we would be requesting at this time.
Is 30 days enough time, or do you need a little bit more than that?
I believe they've been working on this, Judge. So I think 30 days would suffice.
All right, April 12th. 2022 at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. Having nothing further in this honorable court, may we be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Judith now has her camera on, so I'll go right back to her. Ms. Cantu. You're on mute.
I apologize, Judge. I was in the second. Not that you're not as important.
No,
Number 4 on your criminal docket.
all right. Number 4. CR 2012 265H, Israel Fabian Castañeda.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Your Honor, we were tendered an offer last week. Mr. Castañeda has to come up with approximately $200, and the state will entertain dismissing. So we're asking for additional time for him to come up with that money.
All right, Mr. Castañeda, how long would it take for you to come up with that? So that
Right now, sir, I just had a newborn on February the 9th, and right now I'm able to start working by Monday because my wife was going through postpartum depression. She just went to the doctor and everything. She's already doing better in her postpartum depression. So I already have I have a right to go work already again. So I'm gonna start working Monday. So I mean, give or take, honestly, top 2 weeks, top 3 weeks, honestly.
All right, let me go ahead and
because I do got a newborn.
Okay, Mr. Castañeda.
Let me give you April 19th. That gives you about a month and a half. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Maybe a month and a week. All right, April 19th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
April 19th, 2022, 9:30. Mr. Castañeda, stay in contact with Ms. Cantu. We'll see you on April 19th at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. That's all we have. May we be excused?
You're both excused. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. George, what do you got?
Judge 72 and 73 on the court docket, Jose Luis Torres. He's present on Zoom, Judge.
CR 2107-714H and CR 2107-713H. State of Texas versus Jose Luis Torres.
Judge, this is a fairly new case, Judge. I'm asking the court for an additional setting, Judge.
Is Mr. Jose Luis Torres present?
He should be, Judge.
Yes, Judge, I am present.
All right, Mr. Torres, good morning. Stay in contact with your attorney. The court's going to go ahead and give you some additional time. I'm going to go ahead and reset this date for May the 12th. That gives you 2 months. May 12th, 2022, 9:30. May 12th, 9:30.
May 12th, 9:30.
May he be.
Both of y'all are excused unless you have another case.
I do, Judge. Number 23 on the court docket, CR 209650-H, Ira Jimenez. He's on the Zoom, Judge.
Okay, number 23, CR 2009-650H, Ira Jimenez. I did see Mr. Jimenez logged on. Your announcement.
And I'm asking the court for an in-person suppression date, Judge.
All right, motion to suppress in person. I can give you April 14th, if that day works, or the 21st.
April 14th is good, Judge.
April 14th, 2021. I'm sorry, 2022 at 9:30. April 14th. Mr. Jimenez, can you hear me?
Yes, Judge.
All right, that is the date that the court is going to give you for a motion to suppress. You are required to be here at the courthouse in person on April 14th.
Of course, I understand, Judge.
All right, we'll see you then, 9:30.
Thank you. Good morning, Judge.
Have a good morning.
Judge, the last case that I have is number 13 on the court docket, CR 2109353-H. Angel Garcia, Judge. He's present on the Zoom. I have it set as a restitution hearing, Judge.
Yes, who is the victim in this case and who is the state's witness? You're on mute, Mr. Heller.
My apologies. What number was that one, Judge?
Number 13.
Judge, the victim in this one, there are multiple. Cesar Barquenas, Manuel Peña, second Manuel Peña, and an Edward Piper.
Cesar, what was the first name?
Cesar Barcenas.
Barcenas, Manuel Peña, and then the third one?
The second one was Manuel Ulises Peña. Third one is Manuel Valerio Peña, then Edward Lee Piper.
Right. Is Cesar Barcenas, Manuel Peña, or Edward Lee Piper present? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Are any of the four victims in this case present? Again, Cesar Barcenas, Manuel Peña, Edward Lee Piper. There be no response. What says the state?
Your Honor, the victims were mailed letters and or given phone calls, notified them of today's hearing. As there's been no response from the victims, state request for restitution be set at 0.
At the request of the District Attorney's Office, restitution in this case is hereby set at 0. Mr. Munoz, anything else?
No, Judge, that's all. May I be excused? My client's be excused?
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Derek, what do you got?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on docket number 26, State of Texas versus Giovanni Lerma.
All right, that's CR 2109828H, Giovanni Lerma.
Judge, we had reached an agreement with the state in which Mr. Lerma was to complete an anger management class. He's completed that, Your Honor. He's just waiting on his certificate. New Horizon was the company that I believe he took the class with, and they only mailed the certificate to him. They did allow him to pick it up today, kind of knowing that there was a setting today, but it's not going to be able to be picked up until closer to 11, Judge. So I think this is a case we can handle administratively. I respectfully ask the court maybe for a 2-week reset to make sure that we can get this disposed of by then.
Yeah, let me give you the 29th of March, Derek, and I'm sure that it'll be taken care of administratively before then.
Thanks so much, Your Honor. And that's all I have before the court, Judge. Maybe excuse.
March 29th, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. Take care.
All right, Ms. Pettis.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'm here on State versus Gavin Esteban Aguirre. He should be logged in.
CR 2110986H. This was a bond modification case. I have a note here that the mobile device has been on lockout since February the 3rd.
I'm aware, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's he may be having some financial difficulties.
That's correct, Your Honor. I was communicating with the DA in reference to that. He did call me and tell me he hasn't been able to make those payments. It hasn't been recalibrated. I sent an email to the DA requesting any kind of alternative or to see what they could do to work with him. And I think that they were going to, just as of yesterday, try to see if they could reduce by 50% and maybe work a payment plan on what he owed.
This is a Class B. I suspect that we're dealing with an accident. Is that correct? Is that the reason for the mobile device being installed, Mr. Heller?
Judge, what number was it on the docket? It wasn't announced.
Number 3.
There was an accident, Judge. 2-vehicle.
2-vehicle accident.
And a breath test refusal.
No other priors?
One moment, Judge. There were 2 priors, Judge. One, both drug cases.
All right, Ms. Pettis, so we clearly have to address the issue because we're not dealing with a first-time offender who had an unfortunate incident. we're dealing with somebody who's had some incidences before, and so now the concern is for the community and the safety of those that drive on public roads. So what are we going to do here?
Your Honor, I believe in my client reaching out to me, he was trying to comply, but financially wasn't able to. That's my position with the court.
I mean, I guess
Had he not reached out to me and made that explanation, I would, possibly think there was something intentional, but in that request, my position remains with the
right. No, and I understand your position. I guess the court's position is for all the lawyers that are listening, if I just let this slide, then every lawyer is going to say financial inability and therefore waive the mobile device. And that's going to be one workaround for the mobile device. And we can't, obviously, that doesn't protect the community. And this is not about punishment, it's about protecting the community. So we had a 2-vehicle accident, and this is not the first time. Maybe if it was a first-time offender and we were dealing with a first-time offender who had financial issues, then I could, maybe be considerate and figure out another way. But in this situation, I think we're past that. So I think at a minimum, we should do AIP as we did earlier today. That way we have him either at home or at work. And those are the two alternatives. I think that might be a workaround, at least until our next court date. Unless I hear something different from the state that they would like to.
Judge, wouldn't, given his financial circumstances, wouldn't the AIP just put more of a burden on him?
No, he still can go to work. He just can't be out after hours. AIP allows them to go to work.
But doesn't it cost money?
That's my response, Your Honor. It leaves him in possibly the same position. I'm not asking, Judge, I'm not asking to waive the mobile device. I'm just stating that because there was an option presented yesterday about maybe some reduced cost, if we could have a short reset and allow him to comply in that manner.
Okay, I have no problem with that. I'm sorry, maybe I wasn't necessarily focused maybe entirely on that, I overheard that, but okay. So you're just asking for some additional time to try to allow him to comply then?
Yes, Judge. So I just for the court's information, the email came back that there was a possible 50% option where it would reduce his cost by 50% and they would put him on payment plan for what he owes from before. And in that way, they could collaborate the device and get him up to date so that he could then comply. I would ask for some time to do that. I would understand if that's not done, the court taking the next position. But in light of the cost of AIP, I think that we're going to hit the same wall, Judge.
Which only leads me to, to the point that the only alternative is going to be to revoke the bond.
Okay, so is 30 days enough time, Ms. Perez?
Yes, Judge.
All right, April 12th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, April 12th, 9:30, and let's make sure that we can get that done.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. Excused.
Yes, you may. Thank you. Mr. Cavazos, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jaime Cavazos here. First of all, on number 22, Judge Johnny Albert Islas.
Restitution hearing for Mr. Johnny Albert Islas, number 22. Who is the witness?
One moment, Judge. That would be Juan Reina.
Judge, if I may?
You may, go ahead.
Judge, I reviewed the police report and I reviewed the file, and it was from what I can see, a one-vehicle accident. I'm not sure who Juan Reina is. I asked my client that he was aware, he wasn't aware of any damage. Like I said, I looked at the report. I'm not sure if I'm missing something or.
Well, while Mr. Heller looks up the report to identify what transpired, let me go ahead and call out the name of Juan Reina. Is Juan Reina present? Juan Reina? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Juan Reina. All right, there's nobody in the courtroom under the name of Juan Reina. We might be able to just take care of this just by asking the state if they have an announcement.
Your Honor, Juan Reina was notified of today's hearing. We did receive some documents from him, but given that there's no response from the victim, state asked for restitution, we set at 0.
Restitution will be hereby set at 0.
No opposition, Judge. Thank you.
No problem. Anything else?
Judge, I did have a walk-in. I'm not sure if he's on Zoom. Armando Guajardo.
Armando Guajardo. If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Armando Guajardo.
I did notify him with the Zoom.
Was that going to be a walk-in like to recall an ISI or what was?
Judge, it was an ISI and it was also on a motion to withdraw. And I did talk to him and I spoke with him yesterday via text to remind him.
Do you have a case number so that I can give you a date?
Yes, Judge. It's CR 2102-106H.
All right, it's set for the 22nd on your motion to withdraw, Mr. Cavazos. Can you come back?
I saw that, Judge. But we did ask him to come in. He called the court himself. And so that's why we're here this morning. So he's not here.
He's not here.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
I'll keep it for the 22nd, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I be excused? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Dennis, what do you have?
Your Honor, good morning. First, I have number 48.
All right, that's CR 2107-795H, Jocelyn Morales. Jocelyn Morales. Is Jocelyn Morales unmute? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, good morning. Dennis, your announcement.
Your Honor, on this case, we're set for restitution.
That's right. I apologize. State, who is the victim?
Judge, the victims are the city of Edinburgh and De La Garza Meat Market.
All right. Is any representative from De La Garza Meat Market or the city of Edinburgh present? De La Garza Meat Market or the city of Edinburgh?
Your Honor, on behalf of my client, for the court's knowledge and information, this was a single vehicle accident. I believe she crashed into a fire hydrant, and her insurance did take care of all the damages to the property owner in the city.
All right. Mr. Heller, nobody responded to the name of city of Edinburgh or for as a representative of the city of Edinburgh or to De La Garza Meat Market. And based on Mr. Ramirez's representations, does the state have an announcement?
Judge, we did make contact with De La Garza Meat Market this week. They were notified of the hearing. There's been no response. So at this time, we ask for restitution be set at 0.
Restitution in this case is set at 0. All right, Dennis, anything else?
Your Honor, I have an announcement on number 18 as well.
CR 1912-285H, Armando Hernandez.
Your Honor, with respect to Mr. Hernandez, we were there probably 2 weeks ago on a motion to suppress late morning, and we staffed this case with this honorable court. My client is in the process of getting me. Well, I clarified with the state as to what was needed to get him on the PTD program. We are getting the PTD package and updated information together, and that'll be submitted shortly.
All right, let me go ahead and give you a reset date for May 17th, 2022 at 9:30.
Thank you very much. Nothing further before this honorable court. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
You too. All right, Ms. Flores, who's present in the conference room. You're on mute.
Your Honor, I have a Jocelyn Lopez this morning. If the court recalls, 2 settings ago, I was present, she was not. The probation department did indicate that there was an AIP violation. The court set her up for last week. At that time, she had communicated with my office and had provided proof that she had COVID, and so she did not appear. The court then asked for her to appear in person today, and she is not here. I'm present in person, obviously, but she is not here. We haven't received any notice that she either has been cleared from COVID or still has COVID, but I know that that's what the court wanted, was for her to appear in person. And last week she was set, but had COVID.
Okay, is Jocelyn Lopez present? Jocelyn Lopez, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. I have a note here that she obtained her drug patch, I guess, back on January the 14th, but never returned for removal or collection of that.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had any contact with her?
So the last time that we had contact with her was right before her hearing last week, and she provided proof of a positive COVID test. And then that was the last time that we heard from her. We had been in communication with her. So when she didn't appear, we had communication with her. We let her know that her case was set. Before her setting, she let my office know that she had COVID and provided proof of that positive test.
All right. Ms. Flores, let me go ahead and because she did provide you with a positive COVID test, and as an officer of the court, you're making that representation, I'll give you March the 29th. That'll give her some additional time to make contact with you, and I'll give her the benefit of that she may still be ill, she may still be feeling effects, and we're going to go ahead and reset this to March the 29th. Please make her aware, if you speak with her, that she needs to start getting those drug test patches back. And
yes, Judge.
but
I
March
will. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Maybe excused.
You're excused.
Thank you.
All right, Albert, what do you got?
Good morning, Judge. Number 68 on the court's docket.
68 is CR 1712-662H, Julieta Seba.
He should be on, Judge. Judge, we were set for a plea this morning. Unfortunately, we didn't receive the paperwork. I thought I had it before from Mr. Garcia. I'm going to reach out to Mr. Heller. We're just asking for a short reset of maybe in 2 weeks, Judge, to set her up for a plea.
2 weeks would put us, let's do the 29th of March.
That's perfect, Your Honor.
3/29/2022 at 2 o'clock, okay?
And we'll get that paperwork in. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Mr. Rosa, if you have an email from him with a recommendation, please forward it to me.
Yes, I will. I will, Mr. Heller. And also, Judge, I'm standing in for Laura Barbosa, number 61 on the court's docket.
I'm sorry, what number again?
61.
61. CR 2107-745H, Marcos Aaron Rocha.
I'm not sure if he's on, Judge.
I'm here.
There he is. All right, under Cecilia Lopez.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Judge, she's just asking for a little bit more time on this case. I believe she needs to get a recommendation from the state on this, Your Honor.
And I believe I just emailed her this morning with a recommendation.
If we could get 30 days, Judge.
All right, let me give you April the 12th. April 12th, 2022, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May I have excuse?
Mr. Rocha, stay in contact with your attorneys. We'll see you on April 12th at 9:30.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Esquivel, what do you have?
Good morning. Good morning, Judge. I have number 44 through 47 on your docket. We're here for a status on a installation of a SCRAM device.
Yes, sir. This is for Roel Martinez. I have obtained the SCRAM with recovery pending intake process with AIP officers. So he got the SCRAM, but he hasn't done the intake process, Victoria. Is that kind of what I'm reading?
That is correct, Judge. They were going to reach out to him yesterday. There were some problems getting a hold of him with the phone numbers that we had on file.
Judge, I do understand he had I some spoke with him. Health issues. I don't know exactly what they were, but the sister did contact the office. That might be one of the reasons.
But I heard Mr. Martinez say that you did contact AIP. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge Maldonado.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that should take care of the court's requirement. I guess at this point, Mr. Esquivel, are you requesting some additional time? And how much time are you requesting now that we have SCRAM and AIP has been contacted?
Discovery's ongoing, Judge. We're still plea bargaining. We'd ask for 3 weeks, 30 days, Judge.
All right, how about April 14th?
April 14th is good, Judge.
April 14th, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You're excused. We'll see you April 14th at 9:30. Mr. Martinez, stay in contact with Mr. Esquivel, okay?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Have a good day, Judge.
You too. Any other attorneys that we have other than a plea that I can take up at this time? I don't think so. We've got some of you are waiting on your attorney. Hang tight. We're going to try to locate your attorneys. In the meanwhile, Mr. Ramirez, are you prepared to go forward with your plea?
Yes, I am, Judge.
All right. And can you give me the number one more time?
Number 27.
27.
Marisa Lomas.
All right, is Ms. Lomas present?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right, Ms. Lomas, can I have you please raise your right hand? You
Yes.
just want to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, you may lower your hand. Is your true and correct name Marisa Ann Lomas?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Lomas, you're here before the court charged with the offense of disorderly conduct or display of a firearm, a Class B misdemeanor. I need to advise you that a Class B misdemeanor carries a potential penalty of up to 6 months in the Hidalgo County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine upon conviction. Do you understand the range of punishment you could receive for a Class B misdemeanor?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to an attorney and the right to a trial by jury, but you can waive one or both of those rights by signing a document. Did you have an opportunity to review a document with Mr. Ramirez before signing it?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that that document that he explained to you, did you understand that it was a waiver of trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Court's going to go ahead and accept your waiver of trial by jury. Has any court ever declared you to be mentally incompetent, crazy, or insane?
No, sir.
Counsel, speaking with your client, do you find her to be mentally competent, able to assist?
Ms. Lomas is competent, Judge.
Court's going to go ahead and make a finding that Ms. Lomas is mentally competent. Ms. Lomas, do you understand that if the punishment that I assess, if that punishment does not exceed what is recommended by the state, you will need this court's permission if you decide to file an appeal? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You further understand that the court does not have to accept the recommendation of the state?
Yes, sir.
At this time, I must ask you, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
To the offense of disorderly conduct by discharge or displaying of a firearm, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
For myself, yes, guilty.
No, but are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? No one's forcing
Freely.
you. Yeah, no one's forcing you.
No.
All right. Court's going to go ahead and accept your plea as being freely and voluntarily given. I'll call for state's evidence at this time.
State offers plea documents and offense reports to State's Exhibit 1, notification and certification to defendant's right of appeal as State's Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosure to State's Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and needs assessment as State's Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel stipulate the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court and further stipulate that all evidence that has been e-filed is sufficient to corroborate the guilty plea.
No objections, so I'll stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and we also stipulate to all the other requirements.
There being no objection, state's exhibits are hereby admitted. In CR 2110-540H, State of Texas versus Marisa and Lomas, it is the judgment of the court that you're guilty as charged. What is the recommendation?
The recommendation is a $100 fine, court costs 180 days in Hidalgo County Jail, probated for 9 months, a gun safety course, and forfeiture of the weapon.
Questions or requests on behalf of your client, Mr. Ramirez?
If we can waive the fine, and I submitted a motion for the weapons.
All right, I'll give her 90 days in which to pay the fine, 90 days in which to pay the court costs. Ms. Lomas, the court costs would have been due today, but I'm going to give you 90 days in which to pay both the fine and the court costs. Okay, that's 3 months. The forfeiture of the weapon, the court will go ahead and grant Mr. Ramirez's request, and that will be returned to him by way of the order that he has submitted to the court. Let's make sure that we have that order. I'll sign off on it, Mr. Ramirez.
Thank you, sir. That's all we have.
All right. We do need a phone number.
It's 956-667-1939.
Thank you. You will be getting a call from our probation intake department in about 5 business days.
Okay.
All right. You all are excused. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too. Mr. Arredondo, what do you have? You're here in person.
Good morning, Judge. I have a few cases. First one is Ricardo Quintanar, number 54 on your docket.
Number 54. All right, that's CR 19-03252H. Bond modification. However, there are no violations, which is great news. Your announcement, Mr. Arredondo.
The PTD was denied, Judge. We're asking for a 45-day reset. That way we can work out the case with the state.
Is Ricardo Quintanar present?
He is putting on Zoom, Judge. Well, he sent a.
You know what he did? He sent a message that he was going to be stepping away. So, okay. 45 days would put us approximately Let's do May 3rd. That gives you a little bit more than that, almost 2 months.
Thank you, Judge.
May 3rd, 2022, 9:30. All right, your next.
Judge, I have number 63 through 66 on your docket. Carlos Saavedra.
All right, Carlos Saavedra. Number 62 through 66. This is a DWI, a second DWI. Bond was modified. He has already been given his first verbal admonishments. However, on this recent check, there is no violations. And so is Carlos Saavedra present?
My office called me just that he is present at the office, Judge, but Terry is taking up all the Zoom devices. So.
Okay.
But
All right, your announcement.
I say one announcement, it's a PTD was denied, Judge, so we can get that May 3rd setting, so we can try to work out this case as well.
All right, May 3rd, 2022, 9:30 for these cases, May 3rd.
We also have number 5 on your docket, Ashley Marie Cavazos.
Give me 1 second while I finish the notes on this one. All right, and another number for Ms. Cavazos?
Number 5, Judge.
All right, CR 2104-238H, Ashley Marie Cavazos. Your announcement.
There's a DWI at intake, Judge.
A second DWI at intake? Oh, this is an assault.
This is an assault, Judge. She picked up a DWI, Judge.
All right, give me 1 second.
It's her first DWI.
All right, is Ashley Cavazos present?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, under Zoom user, Ms. Cavazos, I'm going to go ahead and give you some additional time. I'm going to give you till May 3rd, 2022 at 9:30. Stay in contact with your attorneys. We'll see you on May the 3rd at 9:30, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Then I have one final case, Roberto Rodriguez Rojas, number 62 on your document.
All right, that's CR 2009-140H, Roberto Rodriguez Riojas. Felony case pending out of the 206.
Yes, sir. We've reached an agreement that we're gonna plead out within the next 30 days, sir. If I can just get a 3-week reset, Judge, we should be able to reach an agreement on this case as well, Judge. Well, and then an AMP has been filed, Judge, as well regarding this case.
All right, can I give you the 31st?
That works, Judge.
March 31st, 2022. And now this one will be at 2 o'clock. If it's going to be some sort of plea or announcement.
March 31st at 2 p.m., Judge?
Yes, March 31st at 2.
Thank you, Judge. And that's what I have. May I be excused?
All right, I believe you have number 75 is what I'm being told. Carlos Daniel Villarreal.
I spoke to Mr. Perez in that case. I believe Alex Munoz appeared earlier. He has advised me that it's been reset to April the 14th, if I'm not mistaken.
That might be another case, Mr. Arredondo. This one is, I don't have any notes on it. I just have a NISI recall on January the 18th and no other notes on this case today.
Can I just get a short reset, Judge, so I can work it out with the state, Judge, see what we're doing?
I'll give you the same date, May 3rd.
May 3rd? Thank you, Judge.
All right, 9:30. Motion for continuance is granted.
Thank you, Judge. And I think you have a great day.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Mora, you're here. You have a suppression, correct? Okay. Let me get an announcement on that one, Mr. Mora. What number is it? 21? CR 19-04-245H, Juan Javier Isais. Defendant's second motion for continuance was granted back on December 9th, 2021. State's first motion for continuance was granted on February the 10th. What says the state? I'm sorry, what says the defense? Defense is present and ready. What says the state?
Judge, is Trooper Isais Morin present in the courtroom?
Trooper Morin is present in the courtroom.
State's ready, Judge.
it states ready. Thank you. All right, hang tight. It looks like all we have left are suppression hearings. Who's going to be handling those, Mr. Heller?
I am Judge. Mr. Vito had Mr. China had an emergency this morning, so I took over his docket.
Okay. Why don't you head over and we can handle the rest of the docket from here?
Very well, I'll be there shortly.
Okay. To when?
May 3rd, December 17th.
Number 17. For Sergio? What, May 17th?
May 3rd.
May 3rd. All right, Joel Rios Guerrero, can you hear me? Joel Guerrero?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My understanding is, in speaking with my office, that Mr. Sanchez called the office and had requested a reset date, so not to keep you waiting. The reset date is May the 3rd at 9:30, okay? May 3rd.
May 3rd. Okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. You're excused.
God bless you, sir. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. The rest of you, if you all can hang tight, we're going to try to make contact with your lawyers. If you can also make contact with your lawyers by giving them a call, letting them know that we're ready to have your case called. That way they can make an announcement. And we'll be on standby here waiting for them to make an announcement, okay? Yeah.
Ms. Melissa Garza, can you hear me? Okay.
Sir with the red sweater, what's your name, sir? Under the Samsung Galaxy? Your name? I can't hear you, sir. I still can't hear you. Can you like mute and unmute yourself again? Still can't hear. Are you able to type on the chat your name? Miss Melissa Garza.
This is the budget that they started with, right? This is what's encumbered.
Melissa Garza.
Okay. So if you ever were to do this,
Ms. Cedillo, can you hear me?
Judge, yes, good morning.
Good morning. We're about to get started with some suppression hearings here at the office, but I'll take an announcement from you.
Yes, Judge, I apologize. I was in the 206 and 30 this morning, Judge, in some other courts. I have my client, Ms. Huerta Mendez, is on, Judge. My understanding is that she has an active warrant, and I wanted to get her before the court so that we can recall that warrant, hopefully, and try to resolve her case, Judge.
All right. Let me see if I can find her number on the docket. Oh, she doesn't have a number on the docket, right? Because she's not on.
She
I'm on.
may,
I'm
Judge,
here,
if-
Yeah, no, but not on my docket. Not on my docket, right? Because
I know the court was aware that we were going to be trying to bring her in today, so they may have said it, Judge.
Find a place where she can be.
Okay. Number 20, CR 1811-250H, Jessica Mendez Huerta. NISI was recalled, carried over from 3-3. And so your announcement is, I think we already recalled the NISI.
The intent on 3-3 was to recall it, but my client did not appear on that day, Judge. I don't believe she had actually noticed.
We have a day where I see we can take it today and tomorrow.
Okay, so the court will go ahead and recall the NISI.
It is tomorrow.
Ms. Mendez, can you mute your device because it's interfering? Thank you. I'm sorry, Judge.
All right, no problem. The court will go ahead and recall the warrant at this time. And I'm assuming you need some additional time?
Yes, Judge. And they did, the state has sent me a proposal I need to go over with my client, Your Honor.
All right, let me go ahead and give you April 12th, 2022 at 9:30. April 12th, Ms. Huerta, stay in contact with Ms. Cedillo.
Thank you, Judge. Having no further business, may we be excused?
You're excused, thank you. I'm signing off on the recall right now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, it was that one.
All right. So, Mr. Mora, what number on the docket is it? Dan, what number on the docket? 21. All right, Victoria, so the only thing we have left are some suppressions here. I'm gonna go offline on YouTube so that we can handle these live suppressions. I don't know if you want to just stay on. I'm gonna keep the computer on until such time as we're finished.
Okay.
Yeah, if something happens and we need you, we can call you if you want to log off, or you can continue to log on. We have, I think I have like maybe 2 people still logged on. I think we're waiting on attorneys to make announcements.
I can stay on mute if
Okay,
not
sure.
needing.
No
Okay,
problem. All right.
thanks.